One of the things about the Trinity is that all persons of the Trinity share the same attributes of God. We think God the Father is the one who's angry with sin, and Jesus is this gentle carpenter that loves people. He's just as angry with sin as the Father is. So in a sense, Jesus is already ruling on this earth, but in a sense, he's not ruling on this earth completely. There's an already not yet aspect. How is he ruling now? He's not physically ruling yet. The government is not on his shoulders yet. But he rules, and his presence is magnified and seen through his people, his kingdom citizens on earth today. Do you know that we're supposed to be the preview of the kingdom on earth today? Because one of the part of the Lord's Prayer is what? Our Father who is in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth, as it already is true in heaven. In other words, we're supposed to be the picture of this is what it looks like to live under King Jesus. Look at how much peace I have. You guys are in chaos. Look at how much joy I have. You guys are unhappy. We're supposed to be that light and salt. That goes back to the Sermon on the Mount Beatitudes, right? Because it's our way of drawing the nations to Jesus, saying, hey, Egyptians, doesn't it suck to be under Pharaoh? Don't you want to be under this king? Hey, Koreans, doesn't it suck to be under this capitalistic society where you're stressed out and committing suicide? Come to King Jesus. Hey, Americans, isn't it sucky to be under this government? Aren't you, what is all this fighting and tribalism? Follow King Jesus. We're supposed to be that light. Isaiah 11, look at this picture of this son of David again. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse. Who is Jesse? The father of David. So, stump, right? What is a stump? A chopped down tree. You think it's dead because when this prophecy was given, the kingdom of Israel was being cut down, right? Because remember I mentioned if you read 1st, 2nd Kings, they're all killed. And the kingdom was over, at least in the Jewish people's eyes. So Assyria came and cut over Israel, and Babylon came and cut through Judah. So all you have left is a stump. This is the stump of Jesse. What Jesse started with David, it seems to be dead, according to this prophecy. But he says there's a shoot. You know what a shoot is? A little branch. And what does the shoot tell you? That the stump is not dead. Remember the final passage of 2 Kings? Jehoiachin is still alive. There's still hope. Don't give up yet. There's a little leaf here. And this will lead to son of David, who is to come. So yes, it looks like Jesse's line is almost over, but there's a shoot who's going to be son of David. So let's look at this. There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse. A branch from its roots shall bear fruit. Who is the son of David? Let's see this description. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. That's referring to the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. His delight shall be in the fear of the Lord. He shall not judge by what his eyes see or decide disputes by what his ears hear, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor and decide with equity for the meek of the earth. He shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall kill the wicked. Righteousness shall be the belt of his waist, and faithfulness the belt of his loins. So this king is not going to rule the typical way a dictator rules, but he's going to rule with righteousness. He's going to rule in a way that brings hope to the poor, brings equity to the humble. He's going to kill the wicked. And everything that he quote unquote wears is righteousness, justice, and faithfulness, and all the attributes of God we see. And we know who this person is because Jesus himself in Revelation 22:16 says, I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you, speaking to John about these things for the churches. I am the root and the descendant of David, the bright morning star. I am the root and the descendant, the shoot of David. I'm the one. I'm the son of David that everybody's been talking about. That's me, and I'm coming back. And all these prophecies about the son of David that hasn't happened yet, where people are wondering if those promises will ever happen, Jesus is saying, it will happen at the end of Revelation. Just wait for me to come back. The Davidic covenant is still intact today because Jesus is still alive today, and he's going to return one day, and he will reign from Jerusalem. And when he does, all the governments of the world, their shoulders, they will be on his shoulders. He will rule with peace. He will kill the wicked. He will be the be like the one on the white horse who comes and slays the unrighteous. When Jesus comes back, it's not going to be like his first coming where he comes in the manger. He's coming back with a lot of vengeance because he is angry with sin. One of the things about the Trinity is that all persons of the Trinity share the same attributes of God. We think God the Father is the one who's angry with sin, and Jesus is this gentle carpenter that loves people. He's just as angry with sin as the Father is. So all these crazy stories in the Old Testament, that's how Jesus feels too. Now we just get a little glimpse in his first coming because he goes in the temple, he throws the tables around. By the way, those things are like a couple 100 pounds. Imagine how strong and angry he must have been to throw those tables around because people are extorting the poor through a religious system. One of the things that Jesus hates the most is religious hypocrisy. That people who use religion that's supposed to point them to God and give people hope, they use that to exploit them and to damn them. Jesus hated that the most. But he's going to fix it all when he gets back. And this is just a reminder that we don't live in a world where Jesus rules fully yet. So we're still going to see a lot of brokenness, injustice, and all sorts of things that should get us angry. That is normal. But our anger doesn't mean that it will all just be for nothing and we're hopeless. We know all of these things will be fixed and righted when King Jesus comes again. That's one of the greatest hopes for Christians, especially those who are being persecuted and suffering today, is that they hope in the second coming of Jesus.